ਸਤਨਾਮ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀਓ। ਸੋਰਠ ਮਹੱਲਾ ਪੰਜਵਾਂ। ਘਰ ਦੂਜਾ ਅਸ਼ਟਪਦੀਆਂ। ਇੱਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ। ਪਾਠ ਪੜਿਓ ਅਰ ਵੇਦ ਵਿਚਾਰਿਓ। ਨਿਵਲ ਭਵੰਗਮ ਸਾਧੇ। ਪੰਚ ਜਨਾਸਿਓ ਸੰਗ ਨਾ ਛੁਟਕਿਓ। ਅਧਿਕ ਅਹਮ ਬੁੱਧ ਬਾਧੇ। ਪਾਠ ਪੜਿਓ ਅਰ ਵੇਦ ਵਿਚਾਰਿਓ। ਨਿਵਲ ਭਵੰਗਮ ਸਾਧੇ। ਪੰਚ ਜਨਾਸਿਓ ਸੰਗ ਨਾ ਛੁਟਕਿਓ। ਅਧਿਕ ਅਹਮ ਬੁੱਧ ਬਾਧੇ। ਪਿਆਰੇ ਇਨ ਬਿਦ ਮਿਲਣ ਨਾ ਜਾਈ। ਮੈਂ ਕੀਏ ਕਰਮ ਅਨੇਕਾ। ਹਰ ਪਰਿਓ ਸੁਆਮੀ ਕੈ ਦੁਆਰੈ। ਦੀਜੈ ਬੁੱਧ ਵਿਵੇਕਾ। ਰਹਾਉ ਮੋਨ ਭਇਓ ਕਿਰਪਾਤੀ ਰਹਿਓ। ਨਗਨ ਫਿਰਿਓ ਬਨ ਮਾਹੀ। ਤਟ ਤੀਰਥ ਸਭ ਧਰਤੀ ਭ੍ਰਮਿਓ। ਦੁਬਦਾ ਛੁਟਕੈ ਨਾਹੀ। ਮਨ ਕਾਮਨਾ ਤੀਰਥ ਜਾਏ ਬਸਿਓ। ਸਿਰ ਕਰਵਤ ਧਰਾਏ। ਮਨ ਕੀ ਮੈਲ ਨਾ ਉਤਰੈ ਇਹ ਬਿਦ। ਜੇ ਲਖ ਜਤਨ ਕਰਾਏ। ਕਨਕ ਕਾਮਨੀ ਹੈਵਰ ਗੈਵਰ। ਬਹੁ ਬਿਦ ਦਾਨ ਦਾ ਤਾਰਾ। ਅਨ ਬਸਤਰ ਭੂਮ ਬਹੁ ਅਰਪੇ। ਨਹਿ ਮਿਲੀਏ ਹਰ ਦੁਆਰਾ। ਪੂਜਾ ਅਰਚਾ ਬੰਦਨ ਡੰਡੌਤ। ਖਟ ਕਰਮਾ ਰਤ ਰਹਤਾ। ਹਉ ਕਰਤ ਬੰਦਨ ਮਹਿ ਪਰਿਆ। ਨਹਿ ਮਿਲੀਏ ਇਹ ਜੁਗਤਾ। ਜੋਗ ਸਿੱਧ ਆਸਣ 84। ਇਹ ਭੀ ਕਰ ਕਰ ਰਹਿਆ। ਵੱਡੀ ਆਰਜਾ ਫਿਰ ਜਨਮੈ। ਹਰ ਸਿਓ ਸੰਗ ਨਾ ਗਹਿਆ। ਰਾਜ ਲੀਲਾ ਰਾਜਨ ਕੀ ਰਚਨਾ। ਕਰਿਆ ਹੁਕਮ ਫਾਰਾ। ਸੇਜ ਸੁਹਣੀ ਚੰਦਨ ਚੋਆ। ਨਰਕ ਘੋਰ ਕਾ ਦਵਾਰਾ। ਹਰ ਕੀਰਤ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਹੈ। ਸਿਰ ਕਰਮਨ ਕੈ ਕਰਮਾ। ਕਹੋ ਨਾਨਕ ਤਿਸ ਭਇਓ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤ। ਜਿਸ ਪੁਰਬ ਲਿਖੇ ਕਾ ਲਹਿਣਾ। ਤੇਰੋ ਸੇਵਕ ਇਹ ਰੰਗ ਮਾਤਾ। ਭਇਓ ਕਿਰਪਾਲ ਦੀਨ ਦੁਖ ਭੰਜਨ। ਹਰ ਹਰ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਇਹੋ ਮਨ ਰਾਤਾ। ਰਹਾਉ ਦੂਜਾ। ਤੇਰੋ ਸੇਵਕ ਹੈ ਰੰਗ ਮਾਤਾ। ਭਇਓ ਕਿਰਪਾਲ ਦੀਨ ਦੁਖ ਭੰਜਨ। ਹਰ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਇਹੋ ਮਨ ਰਾਤਾ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, today's ਪਾਵਨ ਪਿੱਤਰ ਹੁਕਮਨਾਮਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ from Sachkhand Sri Harmandir Sahib starts on Ang 641 and then continues on to Ang 642. Paatshah Guru Arjan Dev Ji Paatshah have blessed us with this Hukamnama today. It's in Sorat Rag and it's Ashtpadiya. Ashtpadiya comes from the word Asht meaning 8. So it's in 8 parts this Shabad is. Guru Arjan Dev Ji Paatshah Ji, they start with the Mangala Charana of Onkar Satguru Prasad. Prasad means Kirpa, with the grace of Satguru, with the Guru of truth that blesses us, that unites us with the truth, with Sat. And what is the truth? Sat is Ek. Ek Sangaji is our truth, is our hond, is our origin, is our mool, where we have all come from. That one that resides inside of us, that one that is stable, the one that is Achal Murat. That's what the Kar tells us in the Ek Onkar. The Kar tells us that Vaheguru Ji is still. And then whilst living within this creation, whilst living in the different colours of the world, that the Satguru will unite us with that one that is sitting inside of us. Guru Arjan Dev Ji Paach Ji, today they're telling us the numerous different types of practices somebody might go through to try and attain that oneness with Waheguru Ji. Or some people do it out of fear for wanting mukti, wanting liberation, but wanting that liberation that is after death. Having that hope and desire within their mind to go and reside in some heaven, some paradise after death. That paradise that they feel within their mind, there's going to be a much more beautiful place than here, than where we live now. So there's many different things people are doing and trying. And some things that people are doing, Badshah Ji tells us, they say that's actually, there's nothing wrong with that practice. Some practices Maharaj Ji will bring to our attention that just are outright crazy. But some practices actually just hold another purpose. And it's just something that will help us on a physical level. And it's not actually something to help us towards the attainment of Akal Purkh Waheguru Ji. So aao suniye Dhan Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji Paach de Paan Pitra Bachan. Let's listen to the words of Guru Arjan Dev Ji. Kehn lage paat padyo ar ved bicharyo. So Guru Arjan Dev Ji Paach Ji, some people kende bas oh paat padhan tak hi reh jande ne, saying that they read part here, even though part here is referring to the Vedas, the Veds, the four Veds, that for the scriptures which are said to be one of the oldest texts and scriptures that give any insight of God that exists within the Hindu Dharam. And Sangat Ji, Paach Ji kende kai bas ithe tak reh gaye ne bas path padhan tak. But Sangat Ji, this path padyo is not only for the Veds, it's for us as well. It's for us as well, that those of us that actually read Gurbani as well, because we all know that we call this path. So path padyo. So it's saying that some people are just only reading and are hoping just that from only reading that will do it for them. Meaning that it's done, and from inside there is no connection. From inside there is not that inner yearning to actually walk on each word, to realize that more powerful than even reading, more powerful than even Bicharyo or Ved Bicharyo. Bicharyo Sangat Ji means to contemplate, to try and understand what it means. And some people, they've made their life into that. They've made their life about just research of what these old texts are actually saying. Some people have just made it into their research of life just to see what Gurbani actually saying to us, because it's in multiple languages. So that's become their challenge. The challenge has become to try and understand different languages and try and give multiple different meanings to what it could mean. But that's it. They just stop there. But actually, the truth of it is that even if Paat Padyo or Ved Bicharyo, there was no contemplation, even if there was no reading, but the whole thing was to actually take on what the Guru is saying. So if somebody just took on what the Guru is saying, somebody that just embraced love, compassion, khima, forgiveness, tolerance, all of these gone inside of their life, those that actually lived like that, those that actually embraced in remaining and living in constant praise of Waheguru Ji, of our Creator, those that live in constantly being drenched in love with the Naam, the name of Waheguru Ji, and taking Waheguru Ji's name, meditating and seeing Waheguru Ji everywhere. So living God consciously, knowing that, constantly living in that loving fear that Waheguru Ji is beside me, Waheguru Ji is with me, Waheguru Ji is watching me. But for some people it just remained about, oh, wonder what this means, I wonder what that means, and just reading it in beautiful tunes and voices. Singh ji, Guru Arjan Dev Ji Paat is saying, kende paat padyo ar ved vicharyo. Don't think, Sangha ji, that I'm putting anyone off from reading Gurbani, from vicharing Gurbani, because obviously only from Gurbani itself tells us to contemplate Gurbani. Remember, we went through yesterday where Paatshi say kende dithe mukt na hove jichar shabad na kare vichar. That Paatshi ta sanu kende ditha mukt na hove kende jichar shabad na kare vichar. Until we don't actually contemplate on the Shabad what the Guru is saying, then how can we be liberated? Just by looking at the Guru we cannot get liberated. And some people, they get a bit freaked out. They say, oh, why are you saying things like that? Where's your Shraddha gone? But Satguru Ji Paatji is saying to us themselves, Satguru no sabko vekhda. That everyone, that jeta jagat sansar, the people of this world, those people within this world, Jeta Jagat Sansar, that actually come to see the Guru, those that of us go to see Guru Granth Sahib Ji at the Gurdwara Sahib, those of us that even sit down and do darshan of Gotke, of Pothi Sahibs, par Sadguru Ji themselves are saying, Sadguru no sabko vekhda, that yes, there's people in the world that come and they see the Guru, but Kende ditha muktana hovai. But until just by looking, you cannot be liberated. Jichar shabdana kare vichar. And Sanghaji, here the vichar. There's two different types of vichar. That's very important to understand, because where Guru Arjan Dev Ji Paat Ji talked to us about thal vich tin vastu payo Sat Santokh Vicharo. Where Guru Arjan Dev Ji Pachi there is saying to us Vicharo, over here that contemplation is different to the contemplation that Guru Arjan Dev Ji Pachi is talking about here. This contemplation is if we make our life journey merely about just trying to understand the language, the words, oh wow, yeah, I know what that means. But there's no drive to actually become that word. So Sangha Ji, our path is to become through contemplation, but then becoming that. So pyareo, o inj hundaya, the famous story goes, and the story that I always share with children at camps, and we're all children of Waheguru Ji, so let's share this story. Pyareo, o pita siga, there was a father. The father said to his two children, and he said, Beta, he goes, oh my child, he goes, I'm going to go to work, and what I want you to do is, I want you to, wash the dishes and just get everything sorted and cleaned up in the house. And then the other child was told that, child, all I want you to do is, I just want you to clean the car and make sure the car's all washed and cleaned. And then Sangha Ji, there was a third child, and that child was told to make sure you go and tidy up all the bedrooms upstairs. So Sangha Ji, you can use multiple types of examples. And Sangha Ji, the father is gone to work, and kuch samay baad the father comes back and says, Kidda bachyo, gal suni si meri? And the father will say, did you listen to what I said? I remember Sunaya the avastha when Satguru Ji Pachi say to us, Sunaya, that what will happen is if we actually reach that avastha, Sunaya dukh paap ka nash. They said that our paap, our sins, paap ka nash, that will be destroyed. All our sufferings will be destroyed with just listening. Because listening doesn't just mean ek kan ch gayi to dusre kan ch kaddi. Listening doesn't just mean that it's gone into one ear and out the other ear. What did the father mean when the father said gal suni si meri? What does Guru Nanak Dev Ji mean here by listening? Pehla bacha ਕਹਿਣ ਲੱਗਾ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਪਿਤਾ ਜੀ ਹਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਭਾਂਡੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਭਾਂਡੇ ਦੇਖ ਲਓ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੈਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਧੋਤੇ ਆ look father you said to me that to wash the dishes and I've washed all of those dishes look father what I've done and the father go oh shabash shabash beta and gives that bacha big thappi saying well done embraces that child and even kisses that child on the forehead and then he comes to the other child that was supposed to get all the car cleaned and he said bacha kidda gal suni si and he said yes father he says acha gaddi dhoti he goes haan dekho father he goes wash the car 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 gaddi toni and he's like enu ki ho gaya what's happened to him and he's just singing that you know he's singing his father's words wash the car and he goes oye gaddi dhoti hai bevkoof bhai gaddi you wash the car and he's like wash the car and he just keeps singing he didn't wash the car and the father said no you're supposed to actually do it and he goes oh my god and he goes then to the other child he goes but he goes gal suni si did you listen to me he says ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਕਮਰੇ ਸਗੇ ਬੈਡਰੂਮ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਸੌਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਕਮਰੇ ਆ the bedrooms ਉਹ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਫ਼ ਕਰ ਲਏ ਸਗੇ did you clean them ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਪਿਤਾ ਜੀ and he had a piece of paper there and he kept just doing matha take to that piece of paper and he's just going like that and he goes ਓਏ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਤੂੰ ਮੈਂ ਤੂੰ ਉੱਥੇ ਸਾਫ਼ ਕੀਤੇ ਆ and father looks at the piece of paper goes ਆ ਕੀ ਆ and on there it says clean the bedrooms tidy up the bedrooms and he goes matha thoru kalla tekna siga he goes he wasn't just only meant to do matha take and bow down to my word he goes he wasn't meant to just sing my word he goes I've even cleaned the bed he goes nahi oh thoda saaf kitte he goes and he just kept doing matha take Sangat ji the moral of the story is the whole point of part padeo is to read the part or bed bichareo to even contemplate to what's being said and trying to kind of unriddle the metaphors and the poetry that Satguru Ji Paatshah has given this Bani in. But the whole point was to get on with it and do it. If we didn't get on with it and do it and we didn't actually jap naam and we actually didn't recite Vaheguru Ji's name and then we didn't actually embrace these qualities into our life and spread those qualities, then if we didn't actually bring into our life to actually forgive someone and we just kept saying Jai Khimate Aap Vaheguru, Jai Khimate Aap Vaheguru, Jai Khimate Aap, and we just kept saying where there is forgiveness there is you, where there is forgiveness there is you, then but when it actually came down to letting go of a grudge, when it actually came down to no matter what someone has done to you, but to actually find it in your heart to let go and forgive because it's going to soothe us. Remember, Guru is our doctor. A doctor's job is to help soothe us. Mera bad Guru Govinda har har naam aukhad mukh deve kate jamki fanda. That Satguruji's job as a doctor is to heal us. So Sangaji, when we take on the medicine from the Guru, we don't just look at the medicine and do matha take to it. Yes, that's the first step. We respect that medicine. We matha take to it to say that you are going to heal me. And we don't then just sing the name of the medicine, but we actually drink the medicine. And we've got to drink these words by actually then forgiving. ਜੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਮਾਫ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕੇ ਤਾਂ ਫੇਰ ਕੀ ਪੜਿਆ ਤਾਂ ਕੀ ਵਿਚਾਰਿਆ? Then what have we read? Then what we actually contemplated? Nothing. So Sangat ji, ਪਾਠ ਪੜਿਓ ਅਰ ਬੇਦ ਵਿਚਾਰਿਓ. Then Paatshah is now going to go through numerous amounts of different types of practices. So they say to us, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨਿਵਲ ਭਵੰਗਮ ਸਾਧੇ. Nival. Sangat ji, nival is something that is a yogic exercise, a practice, will actually help if anybody needs to clear out their stomach, clear out their intestines, and is struggling with even constipation, and to keep generally your gut healthy. This is really a really good exercise to do, but very difficult to actually do. So this is done by standing up and then holding your knees and then taking a breath in, sucking your stomach all the way in. But it takes so much practice. If you try and do it just off the cuff, it won't happen. And then you're able to create this ball in your stomach and you move it up and down, right to left. But Satguruji is saying, you don't think that this is going to help you. This isn't going to help you towards the attainment of God. Yes, it can help in the way that you're able to then actually relieve your constipation, you're able to be more healthy, and you're able to then feel more relaxed. But you still have to then take on these qualities like Jekhimate Aap, then like forgiving, letting go of a grudge that you've got against somebody, and you're justifying it within your mind. But no, you don't understand what they did to me. I'm not going to forgive them. But that's just like Buddha saying, then that's like holding on to a hot coal. You're burning yourself. So they're saying that, remember, Guru's a doctor, will always heal us. But this practice in itself, without the actual taking on the qualities, isn't enough to have attainment with God physically. Great, yes. Pungam sadhe. Sangaji here, Pungam is ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਇਹ ਇੱਕ ਨਾੜੀ ਆ ਸਾਡੇ ਰੀੜ ਦੇ ਹੱਡੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਐਨ ਸਾਡੇ ਧੁਰ ਤੱਕ ਦਿਮਾਗ ਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਤੇ ਹਿੱਸੇ ਤੱਕ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਆ. So Sangaji, that Pungam is like a coiled up sukam nerve, a subtle nerve that isn't something that could be picked up by a scan, by MRI or anything like that, because within the yogic beliefs that for them it's something that, well, they won't call it a belief system because it's something that they've activated and actually experienced. So it's like a Pungam means actual snake, so it's a curled up nerve like a snake that they have got this practice where sadhe, where they're able to actually take their breath up, all the way up through that nerve and into their dasam dwar, into their 10th gate. And this is different. This isn't when your avastha, when your mind goes into the 10th gate, when you're experiencing Vaheguru. This is just taking your breath up there. And when you take your breath up there, what happens is then your actual physical body, that's not breathing anymore, but it doesn't actually, it's still alive, the body. So you won't die, but the actual breath isn't in the body anymore, it's gone into the 10th gate. And what happens is that you can preserve your body for as long as you want, 50 years, 100 years, 200 years. But Sadhguruji Pacha is saying you've even done that, but what's the point of that? Because you might remain here for all that time, just like Pachaji say that Je Jug Chare Arja. This says that you could even times your age Chare Arja by Je Jug Chare Arja. If your age is as much as the 4 yugs that have Sangaji, and that's I can't even remember the calculations myself, but it's a lot. I can tell you that it's millions of years. But they said then you even times that by 10, the suni 10, and then kade hor dusuni hoye, kade nava khanda vich janiye naal challe sab koe. But even then because now your age, you've been there surviving for 200-300 years, so the whole world gets to know you and is talking about you, and then you're known now in the 9 regions of the world, janiye naal challe sab koe, and the whole world is following you saying, wow 200 saal da ho gaya, wow 200 years old, wow kande changa nao rakhaye ka, that you've got a good name going in the world. People are saying, oh my God, I can't believe it, he's that old. Kande jas kirat jagle, kende the whole world is praising you just for your age. Kende but je tis nadar na aave ta baat na puchhe ke. Kende but what's the point if you don't come under the glance of Vaheguruji? The only way to come under the glance of Vaheguruji is if we actually embrace these qualities. Let's just stick to this one quality just so that we don't get confused. If we don't embrace that quality of khima, of forgiveness, where Waheguruji's existence actually is, of letting go and being still, because Waheguruji is forever forgiving. We want to be forgiven, but then why not let go and forgive others as well? And Sangat Ji, so what's the point of having such imni umar vadadani? Today, more people are afraid of dying early, and they're doing all sorts of things, making sure their diet's spot on, making sure this is in place, eating, certain types of food or whatever it is somebody's doing. Nowadays, people are so afraid that they want to live a long life, and Sangat Ji, but that wasn't the point, that wasn't the focus of our life. Our life was to make it successful, even if it's short-lived. That didn't, the actual amount of years we live, it doesn't actually matter. Guru Har Krishan Sache Paatshah Ji, they lived up to 8 years old. Even if we look at the life of Guru Harai Paatshah Ji, only lived up to 31 years of age. So Sangat Ji, it's not that Baba Fateh Singh 5, Baba Zorawar Singh 7, but until this earth remains, people will still speak about that 5-year-old. Will still speak about those beautiful 7-year-olds. Why? Because they've done something that has made them live forever. That we will speak about them forever, and it'll be in a good light, and it'll actually inspire us to walk on their path, to have that dridhta, to have that firmness, to have that faith, and to have that chardi kala inside of us. So ਇਹ ਉਮਰਾਂ ਵਧਾਉਣ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀਗੀ. And some people today not actually got the yearning to want to meet Waheguru Ji, not got the yearning to do something great in this world, but the yearning is, let's see how long I can live. Let's see how healthily I can live. Of course, it's a great thing. I try and do things and put things in place to live more healthy. But if that's it, that is our mere mission in life. No, Sangat Ji, we've got so much to do in this world. So Paatshah Ji here is saying that Panch Janasyo Sangna Chutkyo. You've done all these practices, you've even tried to understand Gurbani, you've even, been able to extend your life. But the Panch Chor, Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Hankar, Sangat Ji, if you want to know more in detail about this topic, I've done a katha called, I think it's called Understanding the 5 Thieves. So Understanding the 5 Thieves, we'll put the link in the description if you watch those. And I've gone into, it's a 2 hours katha, so 2-part katha in detail of what it means that Panch Janasyo Sangna Chutkyo. So they're saying Panch Janasyo Sangna Chutkyo, but still, you've not actually, the 5 chor are still got a grip on you. So that calm, these burning desires, this krodh, the anger of what somebody's done to me, not letting go, that khima, it's not there. So, Panch Janasyo Sangna Chutkyo Adik Aham Buddha Badde, instead, my Aham Buddha, my ego has grown even deeper. ਉਹ ਹੋਰ ਵੀ ਵੱਧ ਗਈ ਆ ਮੇਰੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹਉਮੈ ਆ. Adik Aham Buddha Badde means it's bound me, meaning I'm so self-involved that I identify myself with my body, with my mind, with my thoughts, with my caste, with my religion, with this, with that and the other. that ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਵਧੀ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਕੰਮ. ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਪਿਆਰੇ, oh my beloved Sikho, listen, oh human beings, ਪਿਆਰੇ in bed, this is not the way. In bed milan na jai. That's not how you go and walk on that path to meet Waheguru Ji. मैं किए कर्म अनेका. I've done मैं किए कर्म अनेका. Done so many different types of practices, karam practices, aneka, countless types of practices. Even if you read the life of Buddha, that Gautama Buddha, that he went through, he put himself through so much penance first, done all sorts of things, and then in the end he nearly killed himself, nearly died. But it wasn't until he just came back, sat under that tree, And sometimes we, Sangat ji, try so many different things, but Pacha ji saying, Har paryo swami ke dwara, dije buddh bibeka. Kende har paryo swami ka dwar. But in the end, the only thing that worked for me was what? When I admitted my failure. Sangat ji, we have done so many things in our life, but still haven't found that inner peace, still haven't found that inner anand, that we're in constant anand from inside. So the first step is, number one, is surrendering in the sense of I admit, mito nahi hoya, I've not managed it. So not being in denial, I failed, still feel dukhi from inside, still these 5, still feel angry all the time, still, get greedy for things, the lobe still there, the irka, the jealousy still there. Okay, I admit. First thing is put your hands up. Once we've done that, har paryo, I've said I've lost. But where? Then I've gone, not anywhere else, I've gone inside, I've gone to my Swami, I've gone to my master, right inside to my Vaheguruji's door. And Sangat ji, the moment I go inside, that surrendering itself, admitting that I've lost and falling down and saying that I need you, Vaheguruji, I'm at your door now. Now I'm not going to leave you no matter what happens, Vaheguruji, I want you. So just like Paach is saying that mohe marne ka chao hai, that now I'm actually yearning to die, meaning to kill my ego. Before I was holding on to it, I was saying, this is me, I'm going to do it this way, this is my personality, not wanting to let go. Nah, don't worry, I know what I'm doing, I'm just going to sort it. And then saying, but no, I've got this yearning now, I want to get rid of this ego of mine, because this is what's causing me pain, just wrapped up in myself. But now I want to die, I want to kill that ego. But where? Har ka dwar, but at the door of my master. Now I'm going to give myself to Guru Nanak, saying, Guru Nanak, you are my everything, you are my master. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Paach Ji, you sit inside of me, because you are that Parmeshwar Roop as well. So I surrender to you. Mata har puche kaun hai. Because if I fall, and from inside if I fall, to say that Meno teri lord hai Vaheguruji, show me the way, guide me and show me which way to go. And then Vaheguruji might trip up on us, and he might say, oi, who are you lying in my door? Kende mat ki pata, mati shayad pochi lave. Kende mat har Vaheguruji puche. It's all an internal journey. Puche kaun hai, saying, yo, who are you? Kaun hai? Kende para hamare bar. That actually lying in my door. And pyareo, that moment that Vaheguruji asks us, who are we? Vaheguruji ne fir deri nahi lani sanu chakkan vaste. Then Vaheguruji will not delay in picking us up, because Nanak Greeb teh paya dware, har mel lehyo vadayai. Because Vaheguruji, that berdya, Vaheguruji's nature is that those that are fallen, Vaheguruji will pick those up. Those that say, Minno pata, I know what I'm doing, don't worry. Confident fools that say that, but Paach ji kende jara andro har gaya, ta kahan lage kende unhone chak lena hai, har paryo swami ke dware dije buddh bibeka. But there's something, there's the yearning, there's that yearning, and to kill our home, there's that surrendering, there's that falling. But within that, there's got to be a plead. And what is that plead? We're begging, we're saying, Dija Buddha Bibeka, give me that discerning intellect, give me that mat that can understand what is true, what is false, what is such, what is permanent, what is Maya. That I end up thinking Maya, I end up thinking so much of this illusion to be true. I end up thinking I satya, mera poti satya, hai, meri tii satya, mera car, jehdi meri car hai, eh satya. I end up thinking my son, my child, my car, my house, my siblings, my parents, my partner, my body, my thoughts. I end up thinking these are all true. But give me, I beg you, that you know what, I'm getting fooled here. He keeps enticing me. This Maya is crazy. So it pulls me in every time. It's like this sweet honey. I keep wanting to taste it. But now I beg you, my falling is saying, I beg you that give me that discerning intellect. Mainu pata lag jaye sach ki ya jhoot ki ya. What is the truth? What is permanent? And what is impermanent? And within that, give me that discerning intellect of what? Of what action is a true action, a righteous action, and what is that action that is unrighteous. And give me that understanding as well, Sache Padshah ji. So Sangat ji, ਕਈ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ, ਕਈ ਜਦੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਕੋਈ ਪਾਪ ਕਰਦਾ ਆ, so sometimes when we actually sin, we're actually doing ਪਤਾ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ, we don't even know that ਇਹ ਕੰਮ ਸਹੀ ਨਹੀਂਗਾ, ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਗਲਤ ਆ, ਇਹਨੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਦੁੱਖ ਮੇਰੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਇਹਨੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਉਣਾ ਆ, that it's going to bring me pain and suffering. Sometimes we don't know that certain things we're doing is going to cause pain to us because it's all about us. It's not a God sitting up there that waiting to strike us saying, oh, wrong, no good, I hate you now. It's not like that. It's that Waheguru's nature. If there's certain things we'll do will bring us pain. So somebody might not know, they might think that actually this is a part of life, isn't it? Having a cup of tea and, you know, having a crumpet, very English, and then sitting having a gossip about, you know, what my chacha's daughter did. Do you know she ran off with the good? We think that, but isn't that what we're meant to do? Chill out, and that's how we bond. No, that's not how we bond. That's going to bring us pain. That gossip will ruin our life because of the nature of it. But the Guru tells us this. But then I might not know everything that my Guru tells me. So I'm begging you, sitting at your door inside of me, saying, give me from inside, show me from inside that what is it that is going to bring me pain and what is it that's going to bring me closer to the truth, to you. So Sangat ji, Dija Buddh Bibeka Rahao, Inno Bisram Leke, Is Gal Uppar Appa, Kiho ji vichar karni hai? What type of vichar, what type of contemplation are we going to do? We're going to bring it into our life. We're not going to be that one that is saying, wash the car. We're not going to be the one that's just doing matha tek again and again. These are stages that we do. Yes, we do matha tek, but it's to say that I'm going to embrace what you're saying. That's why we do matha tek. It's not a ritual. So these are different practices now. Some people, they'll just remain silent. But inside still hasn't actually forgiven, still hasn't let go of a grudge, but udda muh chup karke beh gaya. Kehne moon pe ho, kehne karpati means Sangat ji, they don't use any dishes, that whatever they eat whatever they can fit on their hand. And Sangat ji, so that for them that is a big tyag, it's something that they are surrendering to and they letting go of. But Sangat ji, even that alone, it doesn't matter. If we haven't got love and compassion within our self, if we're not connected to Waheguru ji through Naam, then what's the point? What's the point of doing that practice? There's no harm in using some dishes. Some people, they think that maybe if I lived in my original form, that how I've been sent onto this earth, and actually don't wear any clothes, because that for them, they think that they need to remain as close as possible to their original way that they have come into this world. So they're wandering around, Firio Banamahi, Bana means forest, they're running around in forests naked, Sangat ji. But that's not what's going to do it, because there's a practical reason for why we wear kapde. Pehli to undi pata takkan vaste, to obviously keep our honor covered, but there was a time when that wasn't needed because people's minds went filthy. And so, because people's minds became filthy, because of the way that then they looked at other people's body, then the clothes had to come into play to protect our honor. And the other reason is obviously just out of protection for the weather. We all know that if somebody is exposed to the sun, especially in certain countries for too long, and certain people with a certain type of genetics, genes, that they are carrying, or their skin color, where they are from, they're more prone to things like skin diseases and skin cancer. So we all know that these things have a practical reason. So no, that's not the only thing that we're gonna attain prapti with Vaheguru Ji, to run around naked in forests. Sangat ji, even sounds funny saying it. Kende tat tirath, so tat tirath. Tat means kanda. Kanda, Sangat ji, means going to the edge of tirath, to different religious pilgrimages. Sab dharti par mein, I've even gone and wandered around the whole entire world, dharti, to different types of pilgrimages. Par mein, I've been wandering around. Kende but dubda chutke nahi, but the doubt still hasn't gone and left me. Because I haven't surrendered and gone to Vaheguru Ji, the doubt still remains of what is truth, what is Maya, and what is Vaheguru, what is the truth, and still not able to actually do that, take in the essence of Vaheguru Ji's qualities of khima, of letting go, of forgiving. And then Sangat ji, so I'm still in dubda, running around at pilgrimages, but still not surrendering from inside, not willing to actually shift and get rid of my ego, to be able to surrender in khima. Man kamana tirath jaye. So some people are going to different types of tirath pilgrimages just so that they can complete the worldly desires of their mind. Man kamana tirath jaye. That's the only reason some people go to these places. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਬੱਚੇ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਆ, ਕੋਈ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਮੇਰੇ ਘਰ ਪੁੱਤਰ ਹੋ ਜਾਵੇ, ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਕੋਈ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਹਰਮੰਦਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਚਲ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਆ and goes and bathes in the Sarovar Sri Harmandir Sahib as well. Some people, we don't know all the different reasons why people are going to these different places. Kende baseo sir karvat traye. Kende, but then something crazy practice that people used to do was, there was a Shiv Mandir in Kanchi. So that place in Kanchi, Sangat ji, there's a Shiv Mandir there in dedication to Shiv, and because Shiv is known as the destroyer, so they say that from his destruction then comes a new life. So in that desire of desiring, so some people have got the mankamna, the desire of going to a paradise, to a apparent place that is more beautiful than over here, not realizing that if we go inside of us, that we can go to the most beautiful place that you could ever imagine, that stillness of Vaheguru Ji. Sangat ji, being in forgiveness is a beautiful place to actually be. But some people, because they can't be bothered to make this life beautiful and embrace themselves with compassion and with forgiveness, so they think that they can go somewhere else where there's wine and there's virgins and all sorts that they've got within their mind. So people have got this thing that they're going to go to a better place. Bande kende hai na, Charlie's gone to a better place now. Ki pata Sangat ji, where they've gone, we don't know if they've gone to a better place. Ki pata kedi junni vich koi chal gaya ya, we don't know what kind of form that they've ended up in. Koi kutta ban gaya, koi ki ban gaya. Somebody might have ended up as a dog. Somebody might ended up into a womb where they are consuming drugs and experiencing domestic violence. How do we know where somebody's ended up? But for somebody that, because they haven't got that, we're looking for an easy route out. But because we can't be bothered to let go and forgive and surrender here, so then we seek to another place, a better place over there. It doesn't work like that. We've got to make this our swarg. We've got to make this life into that beautiful paradise, and not a paradise where there's wine and virgins. We know that these are things that ruin people's lives, getting caught up in lustful acts and intoxicating ourselves. But no, Sangat ji, whatever image you've got of paradise, it might not be that one. It might be whatever else, sitting there and singing, whatever it is. But Sangat ji, the paradise is inside of us. the paradise of Khima. Remember, I'm just using this one example today just to be consistent. The paradise of Khima, but Kabir ji said it's that powerful of surrendering and letting go of a grudge, and forgiving is as powerful as being with Waheguru Ji. That's where God's existence is. Jai Khima te hai aap. So and one practice was, so they had this big saw there. The Brahmins would take money from them. So you give your money to a Brahmin to saw you in half. You would sacrifice your life just because in the name of Shiv, the destroyer, that is going to give you a new beginning now. Nah, mate, sorry, don't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Let's go into the paradise of Khima today. That's it. We're in Swarg. You can forgive within your household, forgive your partner, and let go of something. Sangaji, you're in Swarg, you're in a beautiful paradise. Wow. That is Vaheguru. Man ki mail na utre. In this way, the filth of your mind is not going to be removed. Even if you try 100,000 different things like this, it does not going to remove the filth of your mind. Even if you dan, even if you give in donate, even if you donate an immense amount of gold, Kamani Sangaji, some people would even actually offer and give away women, the daughters of their house. Sangaji, somebody would give away Kamani, they would give away their wives in donation. That's how crazy people have gone to in the name of God, in this desire of some paradise. Look how crazy the world's become under the name, under the guise of being religious. Can they Haver means horses, Gaver means elephants, giving away all of these things as donations. Can they Bahobid Dan Datara, and you become this great giver, Dan, you give out these great gifts to people. Can they give out food, lentils, corn, all these different things. Anna Bastra, you give clothes to people. Poom, land, you even give land to people. Baho arpe bahut kuch de dita. Kende nahi miliye har dwara, but you still haven't reached that dwara. You still haven't reached Waheguru Ji yet, because you're not willing to surrender and forgive. You can give as much as you want, but it doesn't mean you're going to find Waheguru Ji that way if you're not willing to surrender and let go and embrace love, compassion and Khima. Pyaryo puja, archa, bandhana, dandaut. You can do many different types of puja, of worships. Worshipping idols. You can do all of this bandhan. You can put your hands together. You can dandaut. You can lie flat on the floor. Kande khat karma. You can do the 6 different khat means 6, the 6 different types according to the Shastras. So of the Hindu scriptures, can the khat karma, you can do the 6 different types of rituals. And Sangaji, what were those? Those were parna ta padauna. So parna, that you actually learn the Veds, the holy scriptures, and then you teach them to somebody else. So Sangaji, these are the type of things that people would do. And then khat karma meaning as well that giving donation. You donate to different types of things and places, and Sangaji, you then inspire other people to do that as well. So I forgot on the other 2, and then so when this Hukamnama comes again, I'll cover it for you, Sangaji. But Rata Rahata, you remain imbued in doing all of these things. Sangaji, someone might have somebody here might have a doubt now, thinking, these sound like really great things to be doing. Isn't this what Sikhi is about? To actually give and do all of these things, to give food and clothes to somebody and land. Sangaji, what Guru Sahib is saying to us is here, don't think this is it. Don't think, because imagine you're doing all of this You're doing great work out there, but from inside, you still haven't got love and compassion and that forgiving nature. And you haven't got that forgiving nature, so no matter whilst even doing all these good deeds, but you could still be destroying people's lives because you still haven't got a grip of your anger. You might be giving to somebody and you're not seeing them to be the form of God. You're giving to a homeless person. In your mind, you're just giving to a homeless person. If they get out of line a little bit, you still get angry at them. You get angry at them. And if they say something to you, you hold a grudge against them. You don't forgive them. And so you could still be flying gand. You could still be spreading dirt because your mind still hasn't got rid of these things. That's why they are the most important. To embrace qualities and to let go of the panch chor is number one. Then jo marji karo. Yes, whilst we're doing that, don't think that we're getting liberated. Liberation is only when we work on our qualities. Yes, that's a great thing to do because somebody's getting food out of it. Carry on, do it. But don't think there's liberation if we haven't surrendered, if we haven't let go. How kart bandhan mein hai, but we're still saying me. Look, I've done this for a homeless. I've done this for them. That dekho main kinna pala, main ta inna sona deta. Look how much gold I gave towards that gurdwara. Sangat ji kende kart bandhan mein, but you're still stuck in this bondage. You've done this all under the guise of religion, and then but still, what a mess. Teri to home mein vad gayi still. Instead, the ego has increased. Look how much meals we have given. We have fed 1.2 million and this, that and the other. And Sangat ji, oh the home mein vadi gayi. Kende bandhan mein parya ne miliye jugta. Kende not in this way you will not meet Waheguru ji. Kende jog siddh asan 84. Kende there's 84 different types of postures that the yogis carry out. Kende you can do all of these postures, great, yes. Kende AP, yes, it will get you fitter, yes, it might help you to become more ready to be able to sit and become more receptive, Sangat ji, doing these postures. Kende AP kar rahe, kende AV kar liya, kende you've done this as well. Guru Sahib ji is talking from experience, seeing people that are doing this but still haven't let go of the panch chor. Kende vaddi arja fir jad mein, that you've increased your age. So we've gone through that, we've covered that, how you've done that, fir jad mein, but still in the cycle of birth and death haven't escaped. Even if you live up to 300 years old, but still haven't escaped the junni. Kende hasyo sangna gehya. Kende but you still haven't gone to Waheguru ji yet. Kende Raj Leela. Kende then you're doing all these, you're indulging on all these different princely, kingly pleasures. Anyone that's got a lot of money and you're indulging in all of these different things. Rajana ki rachana. Then you're actually putting on a display for other people of all these, expensive things and try and pull people's mind in that way. Kende karya hukam afara. And then you might become so powerful that you actually give orders out to people, orders that cannot be changed. Kende sej sohni, you sleep on beautiful beds. Kende chandan choa. Kende that you even place these beautiful scents, these oils of chandalam, sandalwood upon you. Kende narka ko or ka dwara. Kende but still you end up still walking towards hell. Sangat ji, if you're sleeping on a beautiful bed, if you've got chandan, even if you've got scents like sandalwood, but if you've not been able to surrender, let go, and you haven't been able to let go of a grudge, forgiven, you're living in hell. Nark vich tu. Paach ji kende that is hell. Kede tu nark te jana, kende nark vich betha hai. What hell are you going to go into? You are in hell. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਰ ਕੀਰਤ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਹੈ ਸਿਰ ਕਰਮਨ ਕੈ ਕਰਮਾ ਪਾਤ ਜੀ saying ਕਹਿੰਦੇ the greatest act that you can do is ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਰ ਕੀਰਤ is constantly remain in the praise of Waheguru ji. And Sangat ji have covered that in the magic. The katha is called the magic of appreciation. If you watch that katha, then you'll understand what it means to be praising Waheguru ji. They said in the company of saints, that's what will help you to remain in the praise of Waheguru ji. That will get rid of our ego. Har kirat sad sangat hai sir karman ka karma. That is the greatest. That is the mother of all acts that you can do. Is praising Waheguru ji in the company of saints. The saints will teach us how to do that. Kande kaho nanak tis payo prapat. And just in case you're thinking about I don't know how do I find a saint? I'm sitting in this resort place. Sangat ji, these kathas can do the same thing for you. Because these kathas I'm not at all meaning that I'm the saint, because what I'm saying is the Guru is the greatest of sadhus. And if you can't get into the actual physical sangat of great saints, then Sangat ji, then this Bani is that saint for you. When you listen to Katha and you understand the Guru's words, then that can take you to a place of praise. It's an avastha, it's a state of mind, living in praise. Kaho nanak tise payo prapat. Those then will have union with Waheguru ji, prapati, they will have success. Kande jis purb likhe ka lehna. Kande those that have it scribed upon their forehead, meaning that we have to get it scribed ourselves through our own actions. Kande we have to do the right thing, doing the right thing, living in praise of Waheguru ji, letting go, remaining in forgiveness, embracing these qualities, always living in appreciation. Whilst we're doing those actions, we're getting that scribed. Getting that scribed, through that we will actually meet Waheguru ji. So don't, because people get really confused, they think, oh well, what's the point then? If it's not scribed for me in the past, then allow it. No, we have to get it scribed now. Sabna likha budi kalam. There's a forever flowing pen that is working, that every action we do, we are in control of what we get scribed for us. So get right this moment. We have the option of living consciously and getting the right thing scribed for us that will help us to have union with Waheguru ji. So we can scribe on our forehead right now to forgive. And if we've scribed forgiveness, then we will have Jekhima, te aap will have Waheguru ji. So Sangat ji, tero sevak eh rang mata. The ones that become the servant of God, they remain drenched in love and intoxicated in love for Waheguru ji. Peo kripal deen dukh panjan. That Waheguru ji is forever kind, forever graceful. And on those that are deen, those that from inside live in humility. Dukh panjan, deen literally translates to meek, but meek meaning those that actually surrender. Dukh panjan, those that are suffering, that fall at your feet, you are the one that destroys. Panjan means destroy. You are the destroyer of pain. Har har kirtan, always remaining in the praise of Waheguru ji. Remaining drenched in love for Waheguru ji, drenched in the praise of Waheguru ji, constantly just vich bhijje rehna. So Sangat ji, itniyak bentiyan pravan karniya. It was a long hukamnama. It was in 8 parts, and that it wouldn't do justice if I just translated things literally. And Sadhguru ji kirpa karn. May Sadhguru ji bless us with Jekhimate aap. We're able to surrender and let go, so that we can experience that Waheguru ji. Let's not try and get out of it. Let's not try and look for an easy route out, because guess what? There isn't one. you can give away tens of thousands of pounds, you can feed millions. That's great because somebody's stomach is getting filled. But until we don't surrender and come live in forgiveness and not hold grudges, there's no Waheguru for us. Jai Khema Te Aap. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.